Greetings, Tomasio here, and we are talking about the San Damiano Cross. Okay. Now, the San Damiano Cross, in case you didn't know, is one of the most popular crosses in Catholic circles, all over Catholic churches. Now, the San Damiano Cross was discovered by St. Francis in a church that had been torn down. It was no longer functioning. The church was in the woods. It was a church in the woods. Okay? So, think about that. Francis stumbles upon some church in the woods and finds this image in there, okay, that has a phallic symbol in the stomach, okay, and has a phallic symbol right here, and right here, it has Mary Magdalene holding a phallic symbol. Right here, it's John the Evangelist holding a symbol. Thank God they didn't put the Blessed Mother with a phallic symbol. Okay, and here is Jesus holding a phallic symbol up here with no lower torso. He has no lower torso. Now, so this whole image is loaded with phallic symbols. Now, it's very beautiful artwork, and the gold really makes it seem very royal and heavenly. But you can see here, down here, his 2 feet. Jesus wasn't crucified with 2 feet. So do you understand? This is not a depiction of the crucifixion. This is post-crucifixion. Jesus would have been walking around with 2 holes in his feet. But this is clearly not the crucifixion as so many Catholics believe it is. It's not. There's no blood on his body at all, right? He's totally clean. And his arms are very thin arms, not a bloody portrayal of Christ at all. This is clearly not the crucifixion. And that Jesus is double the size of everybody. And he's got a phallic here, right here, and then here, right up above here. So, this San Damiano Cross was found in I'm not going to say it was a satanic group, but it was probably a gay group, group of homosexuals that were not allowed to worship in the Catholic Church. Probably that's what was going on, is my guess. And so they did an image of Jesus really as a homosexual, okay? Because when you look at this, you're not looking at his heart at all. There's nothing pointing to his heart. This is clearly post-crucifixion. You can't possibly say this was the crucifixion, because Mary's talking to John and Mary over here, and another guy's there. All the angels are smiling. You know what I mean? If this was the crucifixion, why are all the angels smiling? And why are all the angels happy? It's clearly not the crucifixion. Okay? Yet, Jesus is got his arms outstretched like this, standing up. And why would anyone do that? He's not like pinned, suffering on the cross. This is not a crucifixion scene. So what is he doing? He's opening his arms like this. Look, look. Now, see, I covered his face up because the face is really what is the most deceptive thing on this, because the face is so, I don't know how to say it, mesmerizing, that most people will just look at his face and not look at details of the rest of the cross. But it was clearly intended to have detail, lots of detail. And what appears to be, a phallic worshiping type of sect who had, some understanding of Christianity, but clearly not. This is not a Christian portrayal. It's not biblical at all. Nothing really biblical about this at all. So it is an idol. The roots are not Christian. I can guarantee the roots are not Christian to this. Francis stumbled upon it, and he had an encounter with it. Okay, there's no question about that. The question is, was the encounter with Jesus or this, false Jesus or this homosexual Jesus? And the basic agreeable thing is that Christ from the image said, Francis, rebuild my church. And Francis was in a dilapidated church, and his voice said, rebuild my church. Okay? So clearly Francis understood that to mean he wanted that particular church rebuilt. And so I guess he did rebuild it. Someone else, put it back down. I mean, the history on this is, interesting to say the least. But the point is, once I when you look, you're going to go right to his face. That's done on purpose. That's why you have to cover the face, because really the face of Jesus is a Photoshop here. Okay, it is a Photoshop in a sense. So they're going to put this other stuff all over. That's a white, clean body of Jesus. Okay, that is not a crucifixion body of Jesus. So, post-resurrection for sure. I mean, post-resurrection. Everything about this is post-resurrection. There's no suffering. Even the erect penis, is a, I guess, symbolic of no suffering, And you think, look at people today. There's no difference today. People think that if you have, sexual pleasure, then, you can put up with anything that this life throws your way, right? Well, how many people are not having sexual pleasure for one reason or another? So that's what this image here is really denying, really, the cross. It's denying the cross. This is a denial of the cross. Okay? That's the ultimate spirit behind it. It's a mockery, really, of the cross, of the crucifixion, and they're placing it with, sexual images and happy, and it's an unbelievable piece of art. It's just so tragic that so many Catholics think it's legitimate Christian art. It's not. It's pagan. It's clearly a pagan depiction of something that's supposed to be sacred to Catholics. So check out rapeofthesoul.com. All right. God bless.